Hi everyone, I'm Rajlakshmi, working as an assistant professor in the Department of ECE at R.M.K College of Engineering and Technology. Before entering into the 8051 architecture, just a recall about the features of 8051. So 8051 is a 8-bit microcontroller. It is having 4 kilobytes of internal ROM. It is having 120 bytes of internal RAM. It is associated with 4 8-bit IO ports. It is having 2 inbuilt timer. It is having one serial communication interface. 5 interrupts are available in 8051 microcontroller. It is having on-chip clock oscillator. So it is having 8-bit data bus, and coming to the address bus, it is 16-bit. So it is having a 16-bit program counter. It is having 16-bit data pointer. It has 128 user-defined flags, and it is available with 32 general purpose registers. So this is the general block diagram of 8051. All the features that is listed under 8051 is shown here as a blocks. So this is the internal architecture of 8051 microcontroller. So you can see the image at the top. Two ports are mentioned at the top, which is port 0 and port 2, and the remaining two ports, port 1 and port 3, is mentioned at the bottom. So behind every port you can see there is a port latch. So port 0 and port 2, alternatively these pins is going to transfer address and data. So it is having a RAM. ROM is available inside your 8051. Your 8051 is having two registers. One is B register and next one is accumulator register. It can be simply called as A register. So it is having an arithmetic and logic unit. So before your ALU, your 8051 is available with two temporary register, which is not available for the users. So stack pointer is available within the 8051. So special function registers are there in 8051. So PSW, which stands for program status word, that is available in 8051. So 8051 is having timing and control circuits. So it is having an instruction register. So clock oscillator is present in 8051. So 8051 is having DPTR. So it is a register which is abbreviated as a data pointer. So the another register available with 8051 is program counter. So you have a unit called as program PC incrementer, which is program counter incrementer, and next buffer is available, and next you have is your program address generator. So now we can see each and every unit of 8051 in detail. So the first register, that is an accumulator. It can be simply called as A register. It is a 8-bit special function register which is going to act as an operand register. So the results are temporarily stored in this A register. The next register is B register, which is a 8-bit special function register. So the B register is specially used during multiplication and division operation. So 8051 is having 8-bit stack pointer, which is used to store temporarily data. So 8051 is having a 16-bit data pointer, which is used to hold the address of the external memory. So 8051 is having 4 ports starting from port 0 to port 4. All the 4 ports are 8-bit, and all these 4 ports are bidirectional input-output port. All the ports is having separate addresses to address it. So out of all the 4 ports, only port 1 is the port which is not having any alternate function. The remaining 3 ports, they are associated with alternate functions. The next register is serial data buffer. So this register, serial data buffer, it consists of two registers internally. One is transmit buffer register and next one is the receive buffer register. So the transmit buffer register is a parallel in and serial out register, which means It will accept the parallel data from the microprocessor and converts it into a serial data. So that is what it is, a parallel in and serial out register. The next register is receiver buffer, which is a serial in and parallel out register. That is, so this register is used to receive the data from the peripherals. So the peripheral devices will generate data serially that will get collected in the receive buffer. It will get converted into parallel data, and after that it will be given out to the microprocessor. So that is what it is named as serial in and parallel out registers. 8051 is having two 16-bit timers, so named as timer 0 and timer 1. So both of these two timer register can be used as a two separate 8-bit register. So if it is timer 0, it can be separated and used as two 8-bit registers, TL0 as well as TH0. Timer lower corresponding to timer 0, timer higher corresponding to timer 0. So the same, your timer 1 can be used as two 8-bit timers, TL1 and TH1. That is your timer lower for timer 1, timer higher for timer 1. So control registers. So your 8051 is available with few special function registers. Interrupt priority register, interrupt enable, timer mode control register, timer control register, serial control register, and power control registers. So all these register will uh, contain control and status information for interrupts, timers, and serial ports. So the next unit will be timing and control unit. So this unit derives necessary timing and control signals that is required for internal operations of the circuit. The next unit we have is oscillator. So this oscillator unit generates the basic timing clock signal for the operation of circuit using crystal oscillator. So instruction pointer is also a register which is available in 8051 architecture. So this register is responsible for decoding the opcode of an instruction to be executed, and it will gives this the decoded information to the timing and control unit to generate necessary control signals for the execution of the instruction. So EPROM and program address register. So 8051 is not associated with is not having EPROM. It is having only 4 kilobytes of ROM. So program address register provides mechanism to hold the internal address. Our next one is RAM and RAM address generator. So 8051 is having 128 bytes of RAM. So this RAM address register provides on-chip RAM and a mechanism to internally address. So next one will be the ALU, which is the heart of the 8051 microcontroller. The 8051 is having 8-bit ALU, which stands for arithmetic and logic unit. So this unit is responsible for performing the arithmetic operations. So it can able to perform even logical operations. It will receive the operands from the two temporary register temp1 and temp2 that is available within the 8051 controller. SFR, which stands for Special Function Registers. 8051 is having few set of special function registers which lies within the range of address 80H2FFH. The next register present inside the 8051 architecture is PSW, which stands for Program Status Word. It is a 8-bit special function register which is used to hold the program status information. So it is a 8-bit register. The first bit stands for parity bit. This bit will be set for even parity. The second bit is F1, which is user flag 1, and the next bit is overflow bit. This bit will be set if the result is overflowing. The next two bits is RS0 and RS1. These two bits are used to select the available 4 register banks of 8051. Actually, 8051's internal RAM memory is 128 bytes. In that 128 bytes, the first 32 bytes of memory is divided into four register banks. To select out of this four register bank, these two pins of your program status word is being used. The next bit is F0, which is user flag 0. The next bit is auxiliary carry flag will be set if a carry is generated from the lower nibble to the higher nibble of the data. The last bit of the PSW is a carry flag. This will be set if a carry is generated when adding two input data. So that's all about the architecture of 8051. Thank you.